Good afternoon, everyone. It is Thursday, November 5th, 2020. Welcome to this afternoon edition of the Riley King Newscast, right here on the Riley King Network. Let's begin. First up, we begin with coronavirus in New Hampshire. Important information. Let's take a look at that right now. And here is a look at that information for all of you right now. There are 11,563 number of people in New Hampshire have tested positive for COVID-19. 9,428,319 number of people in the United States who have tested positive. 484 number of deaths from COVID-19 in New Hampshire. 787 number of people have been hospitalized with COVID-19 in New Hampshire. And 116 number of deaths from COVID-19 in the United States. And now let's take a look at this map of New Hampshire where current cases of COVID-19 are. Nashua 70. And let's take a look at this map of New Hampshire where total cases of COVID-19 are. Nashua 1239. And now let's take a look at these three charts here. Let's start with the first chart here. New cases each day in New Hampshire in the purple. Daily new positive COVID-19 cases in orange. New hospitalization in red. Deaths. Let's take a look at this chart here. Current cases in the purple. Total current COVID-19 cases. And in the orange, current hospitalization. And let's take a look at this chart here. Total cases. In the purple, total positive COVID-19 cases. Orange, total hospitalization. Red, deaths. And blue, recovered. And let's take a look at this chart here. Positive PCR test rate and daily PCR test. Let's take a look at this chart here. Age group of cases, female and male of cases, and risk information. Let's take a look at this chart here. Infections, hospitalizations, and deaths. And let's take a look at this chart here. Deaths, percent of New Hampshire population, race/ethnicity of cases, and hospitalizations. And a reminder, your common symptoms: fever, lack of smell, cough, chills, difficult breathing, nausea, vomiting, and diarrhea. How it spreads, and prevention tips. And be sure to stay with the Riley King Network for the latest of your COVID-19 information. Live at 3 o'clock p.m. today, Governor Chris Sununu holds briefing about COVID-19 response. There have been 11,563 known coronavirus cases in New Hampshire, officials say. Governor Chris Sununu plans to give the latest coronavirus response update at a briefing Thursday afternoon. The briefing is scheduled to begin at 3 p.m. See it airing live on WMUR TV and streaming above this article. As of Wednesday evening, there have been 11,563 known coronavirus cases in New Hampshire. Of those, 484 patients have died, while 9,625 people have recovered. There have been 1,454 active COVID-19 cases and 42 active hospitalizations in the state. The daily PCR test positivity rate for Wednesday was 1.0. Sununu's red tide sweeps GOP to State House control. Republicans follow governor's lead in flipping House, Senate, Executive Council. Governor Chris Sununu swept to a third term as chief executive Tuesday, bringing with him Republican legislative and executive council candidates who will now be in a stride of majorities in New Hampshire State House. 18-year-old from Amherst elected to New Hampshire State House, one of the youngest to beat colon cancer at 10 years old. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9, Gene Mackin.
Discover the pros of floor and decor, where you'll find everyday low prices on over 1 million square feet of in-stock flooring with unbeatable pro services and benefits. So if you're pro savings, pro selection, and pro service, experience floor and decor today.
18 years old, turning 19 next week, and I am state representative for Amherst, New Hampshire.
Tony LaBranch is about to be sworn in as a state representative. The teenage Democrat says he got the idea while campaigning for Sauhegan Cooperative School Board. He lost that race, but met a lot of people.
Truly heartbreaking stories of people who were forced from their homes due to ever-rising property taxes.
Tony says he really became civic-minded when tackling cancer as a child.
It started at age 10. I was diagnosed with stage 3 colon cancer. I was also the youngest ever colon cancer survivor ever at that time, and seeing the exacerbated cost of healthcare in the United States hurt me.
So Tony and his campaign staff, lots of friends from high school, put in the work to win a seat in the State House.
For a second, I was in disbelief. We actually had the election moderator reread those results.
Being 16 years old, helping with a state rep campaign and then proceeding to win is pretty shocking.
The legislative schedule won't interfere with Tony's education. This is all part of the plan.
I actually planned the next 2 years of my life around this. I'm going to National Community College to save money and to serve Amherst. I went from beating cancer to running for state rep, and here I am. I look forward to working across the aisle to get stuff done.
In Amherst, Gene Mackin, WMUR, News 9.
Very cool. And congratulations to him. Today's Thursday. That means the drought update got released today. Areas in severe extreme drought shrink in New Hampshire, report says. Some recent rain, wet snow helped improve conditions. The New Hampshire areas in severe and extreme drought shrunk since last week, according to the United States Drought Monitor report released today. According to the report, 7.47% of the state remains in extreme drought, a figure that is down from last week's 16.73 figure. The area includes parts of Belknap, Merrimack, Rockingham, and Stratford counties across parts of southeastern New Hampshire. The severe drought area also shrunk, dropping to 9.29%. Affected areas include the southern lakes region and a strip through southeastern New Hampshire that surrounds the extreme drought area. The rest of the state include the North Country, the White Mountains, the western half of the state, and a small area in southeastern New Hampshire that at the border with Massachusetts remains in moderate drought. A sliver of western Sullivan County continues to see improved drought conditions to the point where the area is considered abnormally dry. The report factors in rainfall between last Tuesday at 8 a.m. to this past Tuesday at 8 a.m., which includes rain and wet snow that fell earlier this week and last week. With the precipitation, some drought was trimmed where the heaviest rains occurred, and the 60 to 90-day defects were greatly decreased or altered. However, there were still some decent long-term defense at 6 months, 8 to 12 inches in eastern part of New England, prompting some rainiest when making improvements, wrote David Miscuse of the NOAA. This is the worst drought in New Hampshire since 2016, when Several areas of the state experienced an extreme drought from August through December. New Hampshire wasn't out of the drought altogether until May of 2017. New Hampshire last endured a multi-year from 1964 to 1966. New England is the only area east of Mississippi River that is seeing extreme drought conditions. With no rain in the forecast for the next several days, officials have said it's important for everyone to conserve and continue to conserve water. And that does it for this afternoon edition of the Riley King Newscast, right here on the Riley King Network. Thank you for watching this afternoon edition. Have a great rest of your afternoon. See you back here later on today for another newscast. I'll have a news report coming up in a little bit. Goodbye, everyone.